Well, this place only survives on overseas aid.
What we receive is crucial. We need it.
The foundation does wonderful work.
Donations come in from various sources. There's a 500 supporters club.
The idea was simple. It was to have 500 people donating $500 a year for 5 years.
Various schools, Christian Brothers raise funds.
The whole school gets involved in the fundraising. We have a walkathon each year.
It's a matter of doing something rather than nothing.
Nothing puts us in touch with the poor as much as sharing their experience.
This isn't a money-making place at all. It's a money sucker.
If the clinic at Ruben is critical for the people's survival, the school here is critical for their future. When the Christian Brothers partnered with the Nairobi City Council to manage the facility, the school was little more than a child-minding centre, with classes of up to 120 students. Books and facilities, let alone learning opportunities, were extremely limited. Today, there are around 1,200 students, and that will almost double in the next 12 months, while class sizes have been almost halved. But even with fees of around $4 Australian per term, many parents can't afford the cost, let alone books and uniforms.
We took over Ruben Centre in 2000, and it was one of these strange schools. There was water coming over the top, wet, muddy.
The classrooms were dark. There was no cement on the floor.
Those classrooms had dirt floors and there were open drains with sewage running through the middle of them.
The support of people like the High Commissioner and the High Commission has been important to establishing Ruben with sanitation. They gave us support for drainage, for putting in toilet blocks.
The Christian Brothers Foundation for Overseas Aid gave us a lot of money.
At Ruben and in any slum, education's got to be the answer. When you're educated, you begin to become more self-aware. You can make judgments about how is the system treating me. You get a little bit of power to change the system if you're educated. So we combined vocational training with providing uniforms. So essentially we gave that group a contract to make uniforms. So the uniforms are then given to the students to wear. And that's changed the whole, I suppose you'd say, the pride into place.
It takes a year to gain a certificate of vocational training that may lead to full or part-time employment at one of the factories in the area. With this focus on vocational education, people can live and work in the neighbourhood, ensuring their own survival while giving something back to the school community.
The clinic and the school, they can't operate without financial assistance.
The school has 70 to 80 children in each class. The government put pressure on the school to take another 350 children at the start of the year. So it is our intent to apply for a matching grant to build a new sanitation block.
There's a big connection between education and HIV. Partly it's the later people begin to get sexually involved. That's the first part of it. And the more children are at school, the more likely it is that they will be late in starting their sexual involvement. So that's going to be one of it. The second thing is that in the schools, HIV/AIDS education is going to make people at least pre-aware of what's going to happen. And just that knowledge is another part of prevention.